3 cheers to 1564 flight. Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Well done.
The end of an era. It was March this year when the Falkland Islands said goodbye to the dear old Sea King after 34 years of saving lives.
A thin yellow thread has run through the years. For thousands of people across the UK and the Falklands, that thin yellow thread has meant hope, it has meant safety, and it has meant the difference between life and death. But today, on this typical windy Falklands day, that thin yellow thread, the one that we all thought would go on forever, has come to an end.
The island was the last place in the world to bid farewell to the big yellow helicopter, as the contract was passed from the MOD to a collection of private contractors, not just here in the Falklands, but across the UK.
So this is it.
Can you come?
Thank you.
A few months on, and the Sea King's replacement is in full swing.
Right, so here we are, the new Augusta Westland 189. We've got 2 of these down here, really, really good bits of kit. Basically what we've done is we've taken all the things that the Sea King could do, and the 189 is added onto it, so we've got far more, we think, far more capability. The rear crew now have a rear workstation, which gives them full TV footage and also infrared as well. So you can see the heat signatures now from the men actually across on the right-hand side, and then if you want, just jump straight back into the TV picture as well. Very, very good, very capable. And extremely effective searching around the Falklands looking for people. The Sea King was primarily, it was quite a long and thin aircraft, whereas this is actually, it's a really good workspace. It's nice and wide, lots of air, lots of space in here for them to work with.
What are the big advantages of this over the Sea King?
I think it's taken the technology level to the next, the Sea King was an extremely capable aircraft. I flew it for a few years. But when you fly this, you look at the automation that it brings to you, and flying in really severe weather that we get here in the Falklands, it gives us the ability to tackle those sort of conditions in a way which we were never able to do with the Sea King. So it's a full automation, full letdown, full coupled instrument approach to get back in here in the really bad weather. So it brings that to the party that we never ever had before.
Tell me about the team itself, because quite big boots to fill. Was that quite nerve-wracking?
Yeah, it is. We, AAR as a company, are American-based. We work with VIH and ARS, British International, and Air Rescue Services. We come together as one big team. We call ourselves Team AAR. That's who we are. We're nearly all to a man ex-military search and rescue. We have people from, I'm from Scotland. We've got people from England. I've got my co-pilot today is an Estonian. We have another co-pilot here who's Italian. We've got a French man down here as well, one of our captains. But the key thing is that everyone has previous search and rescue experience. We try as hard as we can to provide exactly the same service that the Air Force did.
Despite her high-tech replacement, the old Sea King hasn't been forgotten. In a corner of Timmy's hangar at Mount Pleasant, one last helicopter waits patiently, ready to be gifted to a museum in the Falklands capital, Stanley. This specific aircraft is also special. In November last year, it took part in a major rescue mission when, at 3 a.m. one night, a cruise ship ran into a storm not far from the island. It caught fire and began careering towards the rocks.
With potential for you to assist, be covered left one and forward.
The Sea King was scrambled and played her part as the military proceeded to rescue every one of the 347 souls on board. There are sure to be many heroic moments in the life of the shiny new Augusta Westland 189. And no doubt, eventually, the islanders will get used to seeing its red, white and blue flash across the skies, although few will forget the big yellow forefather that the islanders held so dear. Hannah King, Forces News in the Falklands.